Hello, my name is Kleber from SUSE. You are going to start our presentation with the title Adding Workflow Approval to Package Management in SUSE Manager.
Hi, I am Felipe and I am co-presentator.
For the agenda for today, we are going to introduce the problem of package management and the workflow process. We will talk next how we use workflow approval to manage package installations in SUSE Manager and how we have set up this kind of structure and flow in some ITSM tools, and we will demonstrate using Jira how we can achieve this workflow approval for installation of packages and SUSE Manager. And the next slide is a small introduction about me. My name is Kleber. I'm director at SUSE. And Felipe, do you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, I am Felipe. I am IT coordinator at SUSE.
Small introduction about SUSE. SUSE is a SUSE Platinum partner for service and training. You have many SUSE cases with SUSE in Brazil related to deployment of SUSE softwares. We have many experts in Linux, monitoring, and salt automation, and we also deliver DevOps projects for many customers in Brazil, and we also are a software development company. A small introduction about the problem of package management. We can see we have the challenge that you have faced that we have faced in this project was SUSE Manager allow customer to deliver package management, but there are some questions that are open when we need to manage or get more detailed approval about what is done in SUSE Manager. For example, there is no workflow approval process, and this is one topic that many companies require in their internal process. For example, before installing a package in a system, all the authorizations must came from the infrastructure manager and a security manager explicitly in the request before the package be installed in the system. So we cannot achieve this because in SUSE Manager we don't have a directly process linking the installation of package with a TSM tool that allows us to achieve this kind of process that is required by many companies. During installation of a package, if a computer or system is turned off or in the process of rebooting, the window for installation is missed. So there is no try. We don't have other opportunities to install this package. In another top point that we have also found for approach that we have uh, that we are going to demonstrate here is that after a computer crash, for example, due to a problem and you need to reinstall this system, all the intelligence that was gathered during the time needed to be redone manually because there is no historic information about the package that was installed over time, or when we check the history, you have to click every one in SUSE Manager to try to reinstall a package. So it's a hard task to remember all the packages and versions, specific versions of those packages that were installed in a system over time. So in this approach that you are going to show, we can solve these three problems here using some integrations with ITSM tools. And for last, also, all requests for installation must be done by a personnel with the right authorization SUSE Manager. Uh, when we need in the company to make any kind of installation, you need to be guided by a person in the UI in SUSE Manager. And sometimes it's hard for the company to keep up people doing this task of installation of package. And to have control of that, one easier approach should be have an automation of those processes to make it easier for everyone and the infrastructure team to request installation of a new package in specific versions, and you get the approval from the right personnel in the teams, and after that those packages are installed automatically on those systems. So this is the approach that you are going to show in the next slides. Um, remember about package lifecycle SUSE Manager. SUSE Manager is able to control how you manage the workflow of packages under repositories. You have features in SUSE Manager uh, called content lifecycle that allows you um, uh, select the software package that you want to be available in the dev, QA, and prod environments, and you can select the movement of those packages under these repositories over time. Uh, People in the role of channel management in SUSE Manager can approve uh, this movement of package from a repository from one environment to another. But this is more a sysadmin activity from our view. And what you have in practical scenarios is that even with those controls, you need more controls based on what which user have requested installation of package, for example, have a control over the change management process, and use any kind of tools, have approval from other peoples in a team of peoples or areas that will authorize that process to be installed in a machine. So SUSE Manager solved the first part of the problem, that is allowing the selection of package that is moved from our repository and environment from one to another. But the process of the installation of those packages on those repositories need more attention from the change management view. So the relevance of automation, there are many points here that proves that automation can improve activities in many companies. So the first one, the company needs to follow regulations. Most companies need process that require that actions that or any action that is running in their system must be approved by the right personnel. It must be auditable, so that if anyone needs to request installation of a new package on their systems, these actions before happens in those systems must be approved and authorized by a chain of people in the company. Uh, Most of those companies are using ITSM tools to help customers to achieve those requirements. And of course, you have demands for automation every time, in every place. Uh, of the life cycle of package management to reduce human interaction to systems. So the idea of using TSM in this process is to make it easier for system administrator to have better control, but allowing anyone in the company with the right um, profile to request those installations, and you have the right approvals for that happens in those systems without human interactions. So what we have as a solution for that was to integrate SUSE Manager to a TSM tool to cover this gap. And think about this, we selected and tested some approaches, and we also had to consider the case that you are using an enterprise tool where you need to make changes on the systems, but without break anything in the software, because our changes could not be breaked by updates that is normally you'll be run on SUSE Manager server. So we needed to think about how we could made some changes on SUSE Manager in a way that could help us to integrate with external tools like Jira or ServiceNow and or many others ITSM tools in a way that will help us to improve our internal process, but without break supportability, for example, or without break our code in case of an update in the software. So the use of ITSM tools to schedule package installations, workflow approval, e-communication in those systems help us to achieve what we needed. That was use any use all of those available ITSM tools. We have tested in our labs and in the customer. Um, the integration with ServiceNow and Jira Service Management, but we understand and you show in the end of this presentation in the code that that is going to be easier to extend it and with small changes made some adaptations to make our code to run with any other kind of ITSM tools. So in the middle, you have engine that you cover this gap connecting those tools from the ITSM to SUSE Manager. And how we do that? In the next slide, we we have our engine connecting integrating to the ITSM tool and um, populating many informations in database that with those information that they are collected from SUSE Manager. So you have an engine in the middle that connects to SUSE Manager, get informations from hosts and packages, um, populates a database, and this database is read by the ITSM tools. And when a personnel um, in the company opens a ticket to install a package, they is going to see in the form the fields to fill the host name and uh, the package name, the version of the package, and also probably a timestamp about when the package should be installed. And and this engine is updated over time to guarantee that these informations are updated. When this form is filled and confirmed, and it files workflow approval where other people in the companies need to approval, and after those approvals is filed a command that send those informations for a database. In our example, you have user Postgres, but we understand that any other database system could be used for this approach. And we use a feature from SUSE Manager and Salt called external pillar that allows us to uh, uh, use those informations that are in the database to uh, uh, filter what should be run in each systems. And on SUSE Manager, through the salt configuration, we can have states that you guarantee that those packages are installed over time. And also, we can use features from Salt like schedulings that you guarantee that those packages are installed over time.
Let's go under hands-on, showing coding or details for the solution. Okay, to demonstrate the process, we choose the Jira Service Management. Jira is wielded use has a TSM tools. Uh, so we select it for this integration. The only reason for choosing Jira is because it's a popular part of code, uh, which include the automation and the codes used in our steps, is available at GitHub as open source. The communication with Jira, we use the latest API available, version 3, which is still the beta version of the API. The stable one is version 2, but does provide the resource that we needed for this automation. To create a communication channel between Jira and SUSE Manager, we implemented a Flask service. We are already storing data about the host, package, version, and other informations in Postgres database, and Salt was used to deliver the packages. During development, we verified that the Jira Service Management requirements the data to be consolidated in Jira for the options to be shown. Uh, for that reason, we use two fields, the name of the machines and a list of dependencies containing packages and their versions. This is a bad point because we needed to synchronize the data for the packages available in SUSE Manager inside the Jira Service Management. It doesn't happen in another TSM tools such as ServiceNow, which allow fields in form to be filled by endpoint or maybe Jira Service Management does have this capacity, but we didn't know about this. Uh, here, uh, uh, okay, here is a snippet we use to show the update process or sync, in this case, of the data in Jira. Um, Here I am execute the connection. Here it's fetching the list of repositories I want to synchronize to Jira. Remember, that is good. It's a proof of concept, which means I can select the different repositories, such as mapping repository for development, QA, or production. In this case, I am passing the list of repositories I want as a parameter. Uh, Here, I create a custom field, and here I am mapping then packages and versions because I am using Cascade field. Okay, this snippet show who we updated the list of machine inside the SUSE Manager environment. This process is it's same. I fetch machines in SUSE Manager and include their keys or identifiers in options of the custom field that include in the installation form for the machine in Jira. Uh, okay, once this data is in Jira, we selected the information is sent back to our integration application. Inside Jira, we choose to work on the path where we can send our data selected by the user to our integration service. Uh, it's uh, it's out noting that I show here a post request to any clock link because Jira I can't communication using a service that uses a port outside of the HTTP and HTTPS standards. But it's just a hint for development. Uh, this snippet is a heart of the solution. This is the point execute our process of fetching data from Jira and inserting that data inside database in here. Yeah. That will be used by the machines or minions as a guide of the package installation. As you can see in this case, I am not using data anywhere. We ended up to doing something simple. Don't getting date has a parameter, but we do save to execute date in database. This date allow us implement the many cool features, like for example, scheduling a future data to install the package, or in this scenario, the menu would only see a necessity the necessity to install that package after scheduled date. Even even if the installation request is already present in database. I am talk more about that soon. Okay, like I said, I work with a scheduled date, increasing our possibilities because this, but what I went to show to in this slide is this date can be saved in any place, like database anywhere. In our case, I am use database in Azure, but you can use the files. Science Salt allow us to use files inside the SUSE Manager machine, for example. Uh, you can uh, you can you can that precisely because it's out who's responsible for sending this data to Minion a Trove a pillar, which a system that can deliver data to the machine in the secure way, allowing a machine to access only data that's meant for it. Okay, shown here are settings that allow us to map which date each machine can access. We have a lot of flexibility with these settings, and we can include important things such as schedule installation date. The date in this case brings us many possibilities. As example, in this query, uh, I will select all packages associated with the machine, and I am filter only more recent ones using in installation date. With this, I can downgrade this package because I use the most recent date. I can undo the last change done on the package in the machine. Uh, with this, I will go back to using the version that was previously used regardless if it's superior or inferior, returning the machine to a stable version that was previously functional perfectly. I can have a history of version changes uh, for a machine. It's a very cool feature. The data, it's a big trump card for the solution that can be used in many ways depending on the decided solution. Okay. In this code are state.sls for those familiar with salt that fits the date from the pillar and install the requirement specs in machine. Here, I am using Jinja feature to dynamic generate the list of state to install all packages in the list. It's a big feature too. And last, here this command in Flask service use the only proof of concept. This command force that the menu execute state called install packages showed in previous slide. Okay, let's go to demo, recorded for obvious reason. Okay, here, Jira, I'll set up to execute the automation. I won't show show the settings in Jira or how to use it then inside Jira. I believe that's not focused in this presentation, but for any question, you can find our email for content in the last slide. In this case, I show that everything those in the factory work has expected. After I will click to create issue, I am select form my request. In this case, I am removed anything that will don't not be using, leaving only necessary for this presentation. The fields from are empty. I am load then now, and by call this API from any lucky link. Okay. In this case, we are only 3 machines. Okay. I will select by a tree library because it's easy to tell if it is installed or not. It's possible choose version. Okay, but before I click, I am show one this machine that not doesn't already have this package stated. Okay, I am I am find machines or menus. Okay, I am using the last machine. Um, After I will before uh, I will I will check uh, package and check database also. Yeah. Uh, okay. Nothing. Okay. Now let's go back to submit to form and follow up to shell. Yeah. See everything happen. Okay. More fast. Okay. Packaging. Um, Storage in database. I am check the request, Jira and Jira Force update, and uh, now the automation successful, proving that the process work from end to end.
Okay, so so for future work, you have our work was based on a unique repository in SUSE Manager. Of course, if you are working with dynamic and multiple repositories, you need to improve your code to support that. We also have tested the solution with Jira and ServiceNow. We have a small difference between both, but it's possible to achieve all the package management with workflow approval with Jira and ServiceNow. But of course, in our understanding, uh, all other ITSM tools could be used with minor adjustment in the code. And also, our work was based on Postgres database, but any other the BMS database systems could be used for keep those data. Uh, Okay, we would like to thank people from SCs, Lucas Sanchez and Gabriel Cavalcante that help us uh, solving this puzzle and all the components and objects that you needed to connect it, and also customers in Brazil that trust us and bring these challenges for us to solve. Um, all the code that we have produced for this workflow approval was made public in our GitHub. You have those links here and of all components that were used in the project. Feel free to comment. We have our contact email address in the next slide. Feel free to contact us if you have doubts, if you need to integrate with your other ITSM tools. You have comments, suggestions, um, and thank you for watching this presentation.